Hey guys, this is Night Elf Mohawk. Today we're going to be doing a review for Minecraft, the Xbox 360 version. It just came out really recently, so we figured we'd get a review in on it. Everybody knows really what Minecraft is, so we're not really going to be reviewing the game itself, sort of. We're going to be sort of more reviewing how it compares to the PC version. Just because, chances are you know what Minecraft is, and you either like it or you don't like it already. As far as features for the games go, it's essentially the same game, except there's a few minor changes. One, there's no creative mode, so if you like creative mode, you might not want to get it on the Xbox.
Yeah, there's no modes at all. You're in survival, and you stay in survival. There's no hardcore or creative.
Yeah, and you get a free map at the beginning of, when you spawn in the game. No idea why.
Yeah, it's really nice, though. But the first thing you'll notice once you open the map is if you get to the edge of the map, it's over. Anyone who's played the computer one knows, the map, or the game doesn't end, it renders forever. For some reason, the Xbox One doesn't do that. It generates the world, and that's your world forever.
Yeah, you just hit water eventually, and there's an invisible wall, which always sucks.
Yeah, or sometimes you'll be on the ice, and you'll just be walking, and you can't jump into the water all of a sudden.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's just over. So that'll probably a pretty big drawback for some people. But it's a decent sized world. You can still do a lot.
Yes.
We were down mining for a long time in a big distance, and we were half the world.
It's huge. You're not gonna say, "Oh, I wish I had more space to do stuff." It's massive. Also, you get all the crafting recipes in the menu. When you bring up your inventory or whatever, you get all the recipes laid out, and you just have to hit what button is it?
Yeah, you just click A, and then it makes the recipe for you. It just comes up, tells you what materials you have. So it's like crafting in I don't know, an MMO or something. You see the recipe. It tells you if you have the materials. You just click the button and makes it.
Which if you have all the materials, it'll make it for you, which is kind of nice because everybody when they're on the computer, they aren't just a lot of the stuff they aren't creating it from memory. When I first started playing the game, you go to the Minecraft wiki or whatever, and you just
most people aren't discovering the recipes themselves. They're just oh, how do you make this, and look it up. So it's kind of pointless.
So it's kind of smart that they put all the recipes in, because some people that own an Xbox don't actually have Minecraft on the PC, so this might be a whole new sort of game to them. So it's kind of nice. For the graphics or how the game looks, it looks pretty good. It's Minecraft, so it looks as good as Minecraft is going to look. But I will say one thing, in the PC Minecraft, if you look into the distance on the highest video settings or whatever, you can sort of see way off into the distance. On the Xbox, there is a little bit of fog, but it doesn't take anything away from the game.
Yeah, and it's kind of weird. You can't change the view distance on Xbox, but it's kind of weird how it doesn't look as far, because it's not really Minecraft's blasting out the processing power of the Xbox. It's obviously got the power to let you see a bit farther. But yeah, for the graphics, it's kind of hard to explain. But it is good graphics. It's actually a 1080p game, but then there's the fact that everything's just massive squares. A block is just huge squares, but if you look in the distance, as the square will actually get smaller until it's in 1080p. Yeah. So up close, everything looks crappy. But when you start looking at it from a distance, it looks like full HD.
It's basically, the graphics are basically just comparable to the PC one. You're not gonna notice a massive difference.
Yeah, if anyone's used a computer on a HD monitor, they'll see the same thing on their HD TV.
As far as the controls go, I played it for a bit, and I honestly think that the PC one is a lot sort of smoother controls. But I think that's just a lot of it has to do with just the Xbox and versus the keyboard, Xbox controller versus keyboard, because you're not going to get the same level of controls, right? But I have Kevin here who has actually played it a lot longer than I have, so we'll see what he thinks about it.
Yeah, as a Minecraft player, I know that when you convert to the Xbox, it takes a bit getting used to. It's not as easy as the computer one. It's not very, I don't know.
I think responsive is the word you're looking for.
Yeah, responsive. And as you go play the Xbox one, you get more used to it as you get going.
Yeah, it can be a bit of a, I guess, call it a shock, going right from the PC one to the Xbox one, just in how he moves and stuff.
Okay, now for the multiplayer, for the online aspect, it's a lot nicer because you don't have to make a server. You just you invite people. It's like any other console game. Versus I haven't really done any servers or anything. Kevin knows more about the online stuff, so yeah, how was the server process comparison?
Well, with the computer one, you have to download all the server joints and do all the notepad server aspects. And on the Xbox One, it's just like any other game. You just press the home button and invite your friend to it, and they can just join it. Just easy as that.
Yeah, and then for offline, we played actually a lot of split screen this morning. So it's like vertical, like for people like most games are horizontal split screen, if you know what I mean. Some games like Army of Two and stuff like that are vertical, and I tend usually to not like that. But I found for Minecraft it worked better than horizontal would have, just because you need to see up and down more than you need to see side to side. Okay, now for the value of the game. On the marketplace, it's 1,600 Microsoft points, and we calculate that out. It's about $24, pretty much exactly. So, how much does the computer ones cost?
Well, the computer one's about $27, but then there's also going to be like taxes because you have to use credit card. So it's probably about $30 at the most.
Okay, yeah, so it's a bit of a difference from the PC one. And then for like whether Minecraft is really worth it at all, in terms of like file size, you're not getting your money's worth at all. Like these big games are huge files in comparison, and the $60 games are like gigs and stuff. This is about 112 MB. So in terms of that, not really. But in terms of like how much fun you're gonna get out of the game, you could spend hours on this game, and then some like $60 games, you just once you beat it, you're done with it. So I mean, like, how much have you played it already, Kevin? Like with the computer and stuff.
I've played it quite a bit lately, but in terms of connecting with friends, it's much easier. So it's way worth it.
Okay, now for our scores in this game. First off, for features, we're gonna give it a 7, just because it doesn't really have anything extra to the computer one. It's just kind of it's missing a few things, doesn't have any bonuses, so I think that's fair.
Yeah, you are losing a couple, I guess, pretty solid features from the computer one, so...
Yeah, I think the biggest one for me almost is like not being able to switch game modes. It just, yeah, that kind of sucks. But anyway, then for graphics, we're gonna go with 8.5 because up close, like I said earlier, it looks like massive pixels and stuff, but it is a 1080p game when you start looking at it from a distance.
Well, basically, it's Minecraft, right? So it looks good for what it is, basically.
I know. But like, yeah, when you look up close, that's what it's meant to be, is look like that. It's not bad graphics, like, by accident. It's as good as it can be, basically.
It's basically good-looking pixels, if that makes any sense.
Then for controls, it is kind of like... You got to get used to it, but it's not that bad. And they give you different options. There's 3 layouts. You can do like Southpaw and stuff like that, inversion and everything. So we gave it an 8.
Yeah, you really get used to it after a while. You don't notice it.
And then multiplayer is a 9. We found this much better than the PC one. This being able to do split screen was really nice, and the online's really easy.
It's a lot simpler to start up.
Yeah. And then
for value, we give it an 8.5. Originally, we're going to give it sort of higher, like a 9.5. But the fact is, the game is pretty expensive just for an arcade game. So that kind of takes down the value a bit. But it's still got a lot of replay value.
Yeah, it's got a lot. Like, you can play it for a long time. But I mean, it's like Pokemon, right? Just because you can play it for a long time doesn't mean they wrote a lot. They write one Pokemon, and you spend hours leveling them to the end and working with them. So... I mean, usually in arcade games, like $15. This is $25.
So, yeah, price is kind of a factor here. It's maybe a little bit sort of, I don't know if it's overpriced, but it's a little too much for an arcade game.
But yeah, you will get a lot of time out of it.
Right, overall, sort of weighing all the things we said before, features, graphics, controls, multiplayer value, we thought we'd give it about an 8.2.
Yeah, so it's a fun game. Like, it's a pretty good score. It go too high, then it's just like, not many games get in the 9s and stuff. You gotta be big games for that.
Basically, what I would recommend is to buy it on the PC. Like, if you can't buy it on the PC for whatever reason, you think your PC's too bad or whatever, get it on the Xbox. You're not losing out too much. But if you have the option, buy it on the PC.
And also, if you want to do like multiplayer and stuff, the Xbox is better for that. So if you have friends that have Xboxes, it's better to play it there. But also, if you have friends that have PS3s, then you gotta do the computer.
Yeah, I know. That's a big thing though. Since so many people have Xbox and it's all over like Xbox Live, it's a lot simpler just to like join a game and stuff like that. Alright guys, thanks for watching Night Elf Mohawk's first official game review. I'm Alex. In the video also, Tyler and Kevin. Like and subscribe. See you next time.